You're watching Pyro Media Network. Hello, Pyro Media family. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience with us is fruitful. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. And we do hope you consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
Hello, friends and family. Thank you for being here today on It's Just Kim Live. Yes, it's the show where, look, what we do is we have really good conversations all about relationships, friendships, loving relationships, religion. Sometimes we talk about a lot of things, mental health, but it's always about helping and loving one another. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love being here. I love this show. I love this opportunity because it's an opportunity that some people don't have to talk to the masses. And I'm just claiming that, right? I don't know how many followers I have. However, I do know that whenever we have conversations, we want to make them fruitful and we want to make them purposeful. So today I have two couples today. And today we're going to talk about love, lessons, and legacy. We're going to talk about all things relationships and couples. And because it's Valentine's Day is coming up. I know it's like a week and a half away, but what we want to do is we want to create a space where we can talk about like honest, faith-filled conversations that talk about love and commitment, because that's important. It's important. So I have these two Christian couples who are going to be with me tonight. And then one has been married over 20 years. And then the other, they're a newlywed couple. But they are going to be here to share some wisdom, some lessons learned, because you know, we got lessons learned, right? And just how God continues to shape their lives through every season, because you know, there are seasons in marriage. So without further ado, hey, Cousin Peggy, without further ado, I'm going to bring in the first couple. That is Fanisha and Larry Muepo. And then we're going to bring in our newlywed couple, Danica and Chucky Vance. Come on into it. Hey, family.
Hello.
How you doing? Thank you for being here.
All is well. Good.
Thank you for being here with me on It's Just Kim, because it's just Kim.
Right.
And later on, it might be Kim and Will, Kim and Bill. I don't know.
Okay.
But I wanted to talk with you all tonight, have a really special conversation. And I chose you as couples for a couple reasons. I know that one, Larry and Fanisha, you've been married over 20 years. How many years exactly?
23.
23. And I remember because we were there at the wedding. How about that? Right?
Coming to America wedding. Yes.
That's right. And then Chucky and Danica, you all are how long have you been married now?
Going on 2 years.
Has it been that long already?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't realize that. I really didn't realize it's been 2 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. We're happy you're here. So today I want to talk about a few things. I'm going to ask you some questions. And I told you already that you already have all the answers. They're all inside. I remember being in college. I was at Compton College, as a matter of fact, and I was taking a speech class. And something that resonated with me, I've never forgotten it, from my professor. And she would tell us all that everything you need is inside you. You already have it. You may have to dig for it. You may have to enhance it. You may have to cultivate it, whatever you need to do, but you already have it. So everything about you as a couple, everything about you as a faith couple, it's already inside. You guys got this. All right. So I want to start. They're like, yeah, okay. I want to start with a question, and both couples can answer this question. I think it's a question that should be asked to many couples. What does choosing love look like on days when you're not really feeling it?
Ooh, child.
They aren't there.
Oh, that's a good
We as couples,
no softballs.
right? We as couples, we have our moments. And so sometimes we have to choose love, choose to love, be very intentional about it. So what does that look like for you, Larry and Fanisha?
Right now, that's the scripture that comes to mind, is love endures all things. So whenever we having our little tidbits or whatever, I just have to remember that it will pass. Whatever it is, we're able to communicate. I think that's the biggest thing for us, is that communication. I don't want to not be able to communicate to Larry, especially on important matters. So for me, it's that love endures all things, no matter what it is.
No matter what it is. That's good.
For me, the first thing I do is make sure all weapons are secured and locked.
You know what?
That would be Bishop.
and there's no extra combatants, like my mother, her mother, my brother, her sister, or no kids, no one else who can join in the fray.
That's
good. The biggest thing we do for ourselves is we make sure that we give each other the benefit of the doubt.
I love that.
And we extend ourselves, even if it's just a flash, but a moment of grace. In other words, we feel how we feel, but we don't stay in those feelings.
That's good.
One thing we said to our kids, we told them, you can feel that way, but don't stay that way.
Don't stay there.
The same thing as an example, because they still see us fighting a week later. Something that was like, I told you to get the cheeseburger and you got the wrong cheeseburger, and we doing that a week later. That's not a good example for them.
Yeah, that's true. And, just to add to what you're saying, it's not a good example for our kids. I think sometimes we don't realize that our marriages really teach our kids about a life skill.
Yeah.
Right.
On relationships, and not just romantic relationships, but just in relationships, period. Because even how we choose to forgive our kids and restore them and love them back to a certain place, that really is a good teacher. And so when they see us doing it with one another, it's an even better teacher. That's good. Thank you for that. All right, the Vances.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Jesus help us, Lord.
So, when we have our heated fellowships and disagreements, because you'll have that early on, even though we are still in the honeymoon phase and we strive to keep that going for as long as possible, what we like to say is everything is a conversation for us. And then to exercise grace, because we always tell each other, it's not him against me or me against him, it's us against the problem.
Yeah.
So to stop and think in the moment, whatever he said, he's not trying to hurt me. He's not trying to offend me. And even if he did, those tones, babe, did you mean to say that like that? So our heated fellowship, we don't go past volume 2 in our conversations. Even in heated fellowship, I might want to say it, but I don't. I'll go into the other room and just blow off some steam and spend time where I didn't want to talk, and I wanted to be mad. I wanted to hold on to the anger or whatever, but something, and I'm gonna blame it on the Holy Spirit. Something made me go to him. Say, whatever I said, did I offend you or whatever? I mean, and he makes it easy. He makes it really easy because Chucky's super humble. He's hard to stay mad at, and it's hard for us to stay in opposite rooms when he followed me around the house all day. I would say grace. It looks like grace. It looks like, putting yourself in that person's shoes, in that person's situation, and think what would, how they feel about it, because we're two different people. He's male, I'm female. We think totally different. Men are visual, women, we're auditory. We respond to what we hear. So when he says something I ain't like and my head snap, I catch myself. Catch myself, bring myself on front down and bring it down.
My mother used to always tell me and my brothers growing up, you can argue, but don't be argumentative. And also you can be mad in the same, you can be mad in the clothes that you're in, but you also can be glad in the same clothes that you're in. So it doesn't have to last that long. So what you have to do is, what was the source of the argument? What was the source of the friction? Was it really that serious for it to escalate? Or then how do we de-escalate that and have a grown-up conversation before, as Larry would say, things are thrown around and all that? We're not doing all that at this age. So love conquers all, right? Love conquers all. What are the 2 commandments? Love your Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy mind and all thy soul, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Sorry for throwing this, but I'm just throwing that stuff in there. But we don't do that because we can't go 15 minutes about being mad at each other. I can't do it. I'm gonna go in there and fix it.
I just hold it in a little better than he does, because I have learned how to shut my mouth over the years. See, y'all been married for years. At this big age, we have learned some things. And one of the best reads that I've had, I read a book by Dr. Joyce Myers called Me and My Big Mouth.
I've seen that book.
It got me all the way together. The power of life and death is in the tongue, and all of those things. Our words form.
Tell about what we heard on the Sunday. We were coming to church on Sunday, and we were listening to Dr. Hill and Bishop Hill, and said the ministry of shut up.
Wow,
Lord!
The ministry of be quiet in the preaching of shut up. Okay, I'll just be quiet and shut up about it.
I love
because the pot simmers, but it doesn't burn. So the hot
Yeah.
simmer, we can turn that heat down. We control that. We control the temperature on the stove.
That's
we
right.
control that. You can
That's
if it's gonna be at high and 10, that's you. That's not the issue. You can bring that thing down and then let's have a civil conversation.
Mm-hmm. You're in charge of it. No, you're in charge of it. You're in charge of what comes out of your mouth.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know,
definitely.
You're in charge of that. You get to say what's coming out of your mouth. You don't, and nobody else made you do it.
Right.
You know, and so that's how I feel. And I haven't always operated in that way. Okay. But I've learned better. I've learned better.
That tongue is a very small thing.
My battles.
Right. That tongue is a very small thing, and it runs the whole ship like a rudder. It runs the ship. That thing can tear it up. It can tear the whole thing down.
Yeah. And we see that happening in relationships where it's not even about someone did something to someone, but it's all about what they said. Hurtful words.
Yeah.
You know, words that tear down and not build up.
Yeah.
That's really important to consider. Being a person that builds your mate up and encourages them and seeks to encourage them on a daily basis, instead of being that mate that always tears down, always criticizes, always points out the negative.
Right.
That doesn't make for a happy family relationship, husband, wife, children. Doesn't make for a happy atmosphere in the home. So thank you guys for that. So tell me, I have so many questions for you guys. I really, really do. I'm going to start with the 23-year-olds. Okay. I'm going to ask you this. What has sustained your love through the different seasons? And later on, we'll talk about those seasons. What has sustained your marriage, your love for one another through the seasons, the good, the bad, the ugly, the unexpected, all of that?
You want the 5-minute answer or the 10-minute?
Now, just give me the 2-second
one. Knowing that there's something more than what we know. You know, our whole lives is about choices and not being stuck on recovery mode all the time, as if, I got to get back what we lost. I got to get back what's been out of reach, and understanding that the process continues, and it's up to us to make sure that the process doesn't get distracted, delayed, or diverted from the main goal. And it's not necessarily trying to achieve wealth, riches, or some type of validation from the outside world, but it's knowing that we've got something greater than ourselves. And for us Christians, we can know that we're following the vision that God has laid upon us to get what he has for us. So we're always constantly in discovery mode, and not necessarily lamenting, oh man, we missed out. Oh, we should have had this, we should have had that. And then that's when you get the toxic environment with the silly arguments about, well, if you would have done this, well, you would have just listened to me. So it's always knowing that what's out there is more than what we had.
Wow.
And I'll just add, like, that unconditional love. Like, that's that type of love that no matter what we're going through or who are evolving, because we're evolving right now. You know, we're not the same 20 and 30-year-old,
exactly,
30-year-olds when we first got married.
Thank the Lord.
We have matured. We have definitely matured in so many ways. You know,
right?
That's another
we pay bills.
Right there.
Right.
We pay on time.
We pay on time now, you know. So, but you know, the unconditional love that I love Larry no matter what. You know, this is for us. Our foundation has been in a friendship.
Yes.
And so we have been friends actually since 1994.
Wow.
So that friendship is what really sustains and that unconditional love sustains us.
Yes. I tell you, couples, that's right. So many couples don't understand that you really need to be your mate's friend.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, because there are certain ways that we deal with our friends that we don't deal with our honeys.
You're right. You are right about it.
We hold our honeys to a whole different standard, but with our friends, we're so forgiving and loving and accepting. So that's why it's really important to be friends with your mate, to be best buds, if you will. But you should have other friends and other activities outside of that. Of course. I think that was one of my bigger issues when Bishop and I first got married, is I had friends, but I was not in contact with my friends. I had got married, I was having babies and doing all the things, and some of my friends weren't doing that. And I didn't have much activity outside of him and the kids.
Right.
But until I found other things to do, other people to be interested in and talk to, is when things got better for us. And I didn't hold him or, make him accountable for my happiness every single day, all day. So thank you for that. Let me ask the new couple. And I know, we've all been through things. We've had other relationships. We've had other marriages. Tell me this. How did healing and wisdom from your past prepare you for this relationship that you're in today?
Wow, that's a good question. Because we both have been married before, and this is not our first rodeo, but it's definitely our last.
Amen.
We always say that we like to say we're committed to the commitment. We're committed to the vows that we made to God, because we've broken vows before. And the Bible says it is better not to make a covenant than to break it. And to piggyback off of what y'all said, is both of y'all stole my answer. It's the friendship. This is my best friend. This is the homie. And God has trusted me with his heart.
Yeah.
And to sit at this big age and being married later on in life, I now have learned a couple things. So I've now learned how to mirror his behavior towards mine. I've learned how to teach him how to treat me. And in doing that, self-care is very important to me, because I don't allow anybody to treat me any less than how I treat myself. So I love on me. I value me. And he sees the value in that. And so he can return the favor. And I do the same for him by taking care of the heart that God entrusted me with. I wouldn't do anything to offend God. I don't want to hurt God, so I don't want to hurt him.
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt him. But our friendship is everything, because we actually have a lot in common. And we actually like him. I didn't get married for a title or just because I wanted to be married or whatever. I wanted a best friend. I was looking for friends in all the wrong places. I have a good core group. And as to go to what you were saying, co-pastor, friends are everything.
Yeah.
Friends, because when you come together in marriage, you don't want to get caught up in the mundane, everyday bills, kids, cooking, clean, mom, all this other stuff. All these things happen, and you need to have a separate outlet.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to unplug so you can recharge and come back together, and you'll be refreshed, revived, renewed, and you don't become overwhelmed with the mundane day-to-day activities or whatever. You can go away and find out what works for you. I tell people what works for me, but that may not work for them.
Right.
So you have to have an outlet. You have to have friends. And the couple that we happen to be on with, Fanisha and Larry, are our friends.
Oh,
we hang out.
I love that.
Yeah. And it's so important. When Chucky was transitioning back to LA from Washington, D.C., my concern was he doesn't have any friends. His family is here, but I wanted him to have good Christian male, supportive role models who were going to, hold him accountable. Because when we were dating, we called everybody we knew, all the couples, and called everybody in to hold us accountable. Because we're not coming out. Divorce is not an option. Yeah. We ain't coming out of this no matter what. So for us to partner. God knows what you have need of. So even though I have my friends, he has his friends, we now have couple friends, and it's so important that you can be around like-minded individuals and laugh and talk about the things of the day and talk about what's going on. And because I love my single friends to no end, but I don't talk to them about marriage. I don't ask them nothing about marriage. We don't talk about marriage at all. Because you can't give what you don't have.
Exactly.
Nope, you're right.
Oh.
That is so true.
I forgot the question. I forgot the question.
I told y'all I talk a lot.
There you go. So the question was, poor thing, how did healing and wisdom from your past relationships, how did that prepare you for what you have today?
So the wounds finally healed. And once the wounds healed, and God put me in the right place to consecrate myself to find the right person, because the Bible says that he that finds a good wife, a woman finds a good wife, or something like that. And so when we connected, it was almost like solid and solid. So the conversations were great together, and equally yoked. And for 3 days, I didn't call her, so because I was scared, I didn't know what to say. I was, it was a little nervous. And once we started talking, and we talked for like 8 hours each day, and then it just hooked. Wow. And not to tell the whole story, but she said, "Okay, you're in the driver's seat. So what do you want to do? I guess I'll be your boyfriend. I guess."
After we both took the time to heal, and we both had gone through those periods of consecration. We healed and going through that period of consecration, and I felt like I was ready. God was leading us, guiding us towards each other, and so I don't casually date. So I'm very upfront. What are we doing? And I asked him what were we doing, and put him in the driver's seat because I had a date the next day. I had options. I had the day after that. So I needed him to know.
Shocked. Hey, I got ultimatum too. Yeah, I got an ultimatum too.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we healed. So the mistakes that I made in previous relationships, I learned from those.
Yes.
And I was able to bring knowledge and wisdom to the marriage and to the commitment that I was going in. And I can see what things were going kind of left, and you can steer that thing back right. That's and so good. those things that you take those learning lessons and you learn from those, and then you apply those with the knowledge that you have from the past to fix, make sure everything is right in this relationship. So that's where we are.
That's good. I love that, because sometimes people who have been married before, been in relationships before, sometimes they don't learn from the mistakes. But, the heart still loves and the heart still wants, and you find yourself in other relationships or another relationship. But if we didn't learn the lessons that we needed to learn from that previous relationship, then we'll find ourselves in the same boat that we were in before. It might be, a different pilot, but we're still in that same boat. And it really is very much the same thing when you've been married for many years. You have to learn from your mistakes. You have to learn from, that didn't work, so maybe I shouldn't do that again. And, and learning your mate, me knowing Bishop the way I know him, there are just certain things that are not going to work. Certain things, I'm not even going to try.
Right.
That is not going to work for him. And I tell you, I have learned some hard lessons trying to, I'll show him. And I showed myself, So you have to learn. Marriage is a lifelong learning lesson. You never just stop learning about your mate. Why? Because we're always evolving. We're always changing, getting older, changing in our thinking, in the way we feel, how our outlooks on life. I mean, of course, we should still, be in sync together, but we do grow. And in order for us not to grow apart, then we need to communicate and do all those things. But this kind of leads me into my next question for the older couple. How has your marriage evolved over the years, and you were able to stay healthy and connected? Because I feel like you guys are healthy, connected. Nobody's perfect, but I really feel like you all have a healthy and well-connected marriage. How have you guys evolved over the years? I mean, I remember Fanisha and Larry, the young couple with all the little kids and
the back row sisters.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow, Cole. I think definitely the maturity, like we're saying, we were younger, I was late 20s, Larry's early 30s, and then we started having we already had Dontrell. Everybody knows Dontrell's the oldest, but we started having our Xavier, Savion, and Joe immediately, basically.
That's a nice way of saying it.
Immediately. Right. So yeah, those days I tell Larry, like, I felt like I had triplets, it was a lot, it was a lot. I was stressed, I was definitely stressed out. But at the same time, having the village. Yeah. I knew that I wasn't in it alone. Larry and I just started out with that team mindset.
Right.
Like I didn't feel like I was in it by myself. We had each other, we had our family, and just those close people that really helped us in those earlier years, especially with the boys growing up and activities. But for us, just maturing together, is what I really value. I see where we've been and where we've come from, and it's just amazing. I look back, just our story of how we even got together, and it was just all the Lord. Okay.
And
before you answer that, we're gonna go to a commercial. When we come back, I'll read the question again, Larry. Just no.
Hey, how y'all doing? Real quick, this is Daryl Walter, host of the Daryl Walter Show. I know. And you are watching Pyro Media Network.
Hey, it's Dr. Nicole D. Vick from Dr. Victorious, and you're watching Pyro Media Network.
Bring it up. Bring it back.
What's going on, y'all? It's Kwame Speaks from Kwame Speaks Live, and you're watching Pyro Media Network.
Hey, so we are back. We're back. And Larry was just about to answer the question for me. The question was, how has your marriage evolved over the years and stayed healthy and you've stayed connected to one another?
Yeah, for us, it's always been that ability to balance our honesty and the pressure of what the world is asking for us and trying to take from us, and not allowing that to overwhelm us, because there's a lot of information that you get. We get information from each other, get information from the people that live with us, we get information from the world, and sometimes that breeds a disconnect. Familiarity breeds a discomfort. And so for us, we've been able to accept the good and the bad and have something to look forward to, and not get so caught up into like what we're not trying to stay stuck. We're always looking at a better way, a better path, a better us. And we've always been honest with each other. And I've never tried to hold out on her. She never tried to hold out on me. She calls me her best friend. I call her my best friend. And I'm not trying to have a little side hustle on the side where in case something go wrong, okay, in case we got to disconnect, I got a little launch pad. I got a little safety spot. I got a little something. I don't know about you. We're not doing all that.
You can get hurt. That kind of activity.
The Francis gonna come out.
Okay.
I mean, I got friends, but I don't want my friends to know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
right. My friends belong in an institution, but anyway, I'm not trying to hold out. She's not trying to hold out, and we're honest and we're open and we're staying balanced. We're not trying to. We know we can't get everything at once, but we know we can get as much as we can, especially if we do it together, and that allows us to grow in the same direction. Maybe not the same speed, but at least the same direction.
Yeah, and I love that about you and Fanisha, Larry, is the fact that you guys are like team. You guys are gang. You guys are team Muepo. I'm serious. I mean, I love it, and I've told Fanisha this on many occasions. You know, and I understand the reality of having kids in multiple activities and doing all those things. But I would always tell her, you make it look so easy. And I know it wasn't, you know, I'm not crazy. I know it wasn't because I've been there, done that. But working on her doctorate and kids, and, you know, Joel is doing movies and dancing and all the things. And we got soccer and people going away to college. It's just a lot going on at one time. But you guys, because you have that team mentality in your marriage, you were able to accomplish and still are able to accomplish a lot of good things. So that's good. I have a very special question for and it's so weird for me to call
Kwame.
Yes, Kwame said it's because
Kwame you know me. I have a planner for everything.
And so does he, right?
Yes, and he does.
So does Kwame. He's a planner guy. I have my trusty, dusty cell phone. And that is my planner. I would lose every planner.
Okay.
But let me ask the Vances here. How did you approach marriage, or how do you approach this marriage, this relationship, differently, like spiritually and even practically? What is the difference in the approach this time? People need to know this.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Cole, for that question. So if you can imagine your husband and wife staring at each other, but let's flip it where it was like this. So we both, our backs against, so we're observing 360 instead of 180. And we're just not looking at each other. So we're covering each other in the same way. In previous relationships, we didn't really do that. because we learned as we went.
Didn't know how.
So now we are fully vested in covering each other. In everything, in speech and communication, in going out to dinner, going out to movies, even in the house, communicating with friends, communicating with family members. I would never, speak ill will of her to my brothers, versus she wouldn't probably speak ill will of me to her sisters. Y'all know that's so and she would never speak ill will of me because it's not conducive to the relationship. No, it's not. And so we want to be that beacon of light now at this age in our life where we want to set that standard. Like I want other couples to say, I want to be like them. I want to have fun like them. And social media queen here. Yes, I am smitten. So yes,
you did. So you like my son-in-law Patrick? He was smitten with Christian.
Yes, smitten. It is imperative that we lift one another up always, even if you don't feel like lifting each other up. We have to lift each other up because once we step out this house, we represent something. We represent us. We represent God. We represent this union that He's put together. We represent that, and so we can never have a argument in the parking lot because you're driving too slow or you're driving too fast. Now we're fussing at each other. Why did you have to buy that? Well, mostly I buy everything, but anyway. So we learned a lot of life lessons through the journey that we have been through before we got together. And so that makes it even better. Like you have these battle scars, I wouldn't call them, his battle scars. And so the being in this relationship, partnership, friendship, godliness ship, whatever you want to call it, ship, whatever you want to call it. We are together. We are together. I did not curse. We are together.
That's cool. I want her to answer a different question. Danica, I want you to answer this question for me. What would you say to someone who desires to love again, but they are afraid?
That's a good question. Someone who desires but is afraid. I would say get in your word, spend some time alone with God, get to know God. God is love. And if you have God dwelling on the inside of you, whatever's on the inside of you is going to come out of you. When you know that you're more than a conqueror and greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world or whatever. Sometimes you just got to take it back to the basics and take it back to the scripture. The Bible says I'm a wife. He that findeth a wife. It didn't say he who find a girlfriend or a side piece. It said he who finds a wife. So before we were partnered, I was already becoming a wife or whatever. So I would say to those who want love but are afraid of it, become what you want. Be the change you want to see. Instead of looking, we should be proactive in becoming. So the mate that you want, that speaks gently to you, that considers you, that keeps you in their mind, on their mind, and you all are friends and you take care of each other in the partnership, because marriage is not easy. It is work. It is work. But when you're vested in the relationship, it's not as much, it's not as hard as you would imagine it to be. Those who want love, it's there. It's available to you. It's out there waiting for you. But guess what? You attract what you are.
Say that.
You attract what you are. Yes. I have an affirmation. When I was going through my 2 years, I was coming out that last divorce, and I shut it all down. No date, no nothing. I cleared the bench. I cleared the roster.
They got it.
So, and I wrote these affirmations. I wrote this affirmation of love, a love letter to myself. And I said it every single day. And it's so funny because week after week, I added a few more. Love is this. And I used to put my name in there. I am. And so it was declarative. I spoke those things. I manifested this. I spoke this relationship because coming from so much bruising, so much pain, so much loss, so much, devastation from other relationships or whatever. I was determined not to bring that darkness or that heaviness not into this marriage. So I had to release and get rid of it, cleanse and purge and get all of that stuff out before I was able to give. You cannot give what you do not have. So for those of you who desire love, become love.
Yeah. Become love. I love that. You desire love, you have to become love.
Yeah, become love.
I love that. I love that. Fanisha and Larry, what one lesson, and it could be different for both of you, do you wish you had learned early on in marriage?
I think for me, because I was really a believe it or not, really shy or passive. Sometimes I didn't really express how I really felt about something. Like, for example, we went, Larry took me shopping, and I've never experienced that before. A guy taking me shopping before. Like, okay, we was at the Beverly Center at that. I was like, He was like, get what you want. I'm like, get what I want. Like, huh? I think I only walked out with like some perfume or something,
Oh, wow.
But it was just like, I didn't know. I thought that he wanted something from me, like sex and all this other stuff.
She called a mutual friend. What's he doing? Why he taking me shopping? This ain't normal. Is he trying to kidnap me or something?
Oh my God!
Because I didn't have that before.
You had,
I didn't know, that this was coming from a genuine, person or whatever. So anyway, now I'm able to communicate like, no, I don't like that. Yes, I do like flowers. I want my orchids on my on the kitchen counter. I'm able to really open up and really communicate back to that communication and not hold anything in or because like we said, we've evolved. I'm not the same Fanisha, back then. So yeah, so I'm really proud of that evolvement. Now I'm able to like really, communicate with him.
No more cheap birthday gifts.
That's right. Okay, Larry. So how about you? What do you wish you learned early on?
That I don't need to always have an answer. Sometimes she just wants to talk. Sometimes I don't have to give her a look like, just figure it out. What's the big deal?
That's good.
Tell her to go to where, in terms
Get it over with.
Well, for me, so she was more demure in her emotions. I grew up in 37th and Normandy. We tend to have a more active lifestyle over there. So I came for a more like I didn't come from Boys in the Hood, maybe more menace to society. But maybe I have learned to be more empathetic because I was you see stuff and you just put it in, men categorize and catalog and put things in convenient little boxes all the time. So now I understand, don't just put this in a compartment. Don't be so quick to compartmentalize. I wish I would have been more empathetic because I was always used to being told, get over it, whatever. And so now, especially after having 4 boys, I had to learn how to say I love you to my boys. Because my family told me I love you.
Important.
They told me the other stuff, but they never said I love you.
Yep.
So I had to learn how to do that. I had to learn how to hug other men. The only time I ever hugged other man was because I was robbing him or beating him up. So I had to learn how to I had to learn it. Showing emotion is a good thing. Showing emotion is okay. Because when I get up, you better not show emotion.
Vance is like, who am I here with?
Put my wallet in my front pocket, Larry.
I don't live over there no more. I don't live over there no more.
You are too.
I live in a better neighborhood.
He's delivered.
So Kwame, let's go ahead and put those seasons of marriage up because I want our couples to identify where they are. I'll go ahead and read them first. The seasons of marriage. Look at you, Kwame. I seriously, I just gave him this like right before the show, right?
Oh,
so the first one is the honeymoon season, which is full of infatuation and discovery. Then there is the adjustment season, where reality and refinement sets in. And then our next one is the building season, where partnership and purpose, all of that is real important. Our next season is the testing season, which is pressure and perseverance. Then our next season, the renewal season, which is full of healing and reconnection. And then the last one, the legacy season. You see a lot of our older couples, if you know they've lasted, which is the wisdom and mentorship, you know, and in these seasons. So what season do you see yourself? The honeymoon, adjustment, building, testing, renewal, legacy. Where do you think you fit in?
We've gone through quite a few of those actually in our 2 short years because we've been tested, we've been tried, we've been going through the rain and the storm, life and death or whatever. But I think right now in this season that we're in we're definitely in our honeymoon season. That's on point. So, but I think we're in our purpose season. The reason why God put us together.
So the building season, partnership and purpose. Yeah.
Yes.
That's good. So Larry and Fanisha.
I would say renewal, legacy.
I was looking for the one that said no more kids in the house.
Well, then that's renewal.
Renewal.
Definitely
We've been freed from the captivity of our children's schedule.
Right. Yes. No, I think you guys, you get the prize, honestly.
You know? Renewal. I like renewal.
I say renewal. Healing and reconnection. That's good. And sometimes people think that healing and reconnection is all because something terrible was happening.
Right.
But it could be that you're just transitioning from one season to the next, you know, and like you said, you were held captive to your children's schedules and all the things, you know, coming out the pocket for all the things they were involved in and all of that. So, right. And now it is a time for healing and reconnection for the two of you. It's funny. I was looking at this. I was thinking about this, and I feel like Bishop and I, we kind of are sandwiched in between 5 and 6, the healing and reconnection, because there are some things that are changing and new in our life. And then I feel like we're very much in a stage or a place where we are like companions. It's like, we can finish each other's sentences and we're always looking out for one another. And then we're always in a position to help and to mentor and to give back some of what we've learned and received over the years. We're very much proponents for marriage and you know, relationships and people being happy, but not thinking that happiness is just in things and stuff and always, you know, being in a happy frame of mind. No, you know, that's not what determines your happiness in your marriage. You know, it's about the partnership. You know, it's about the love. You know, it's about the respect. You know, it's about the endurance. You know, hanging in there. It's about the ministry of shut up, the ministry of be quiet. It's about all those things. And I think the sooner that a lot of people really kind of take that in and know and understand that all of that is a part of becoming who you want to be as a couple. Mm-hmm. So I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Yay. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate your honesty, and like we talk about being hot, honest, open, and transparent. I'm really grateful for that, because I feel like we cannot help other couples. We cannot help other people if we're not honest with them. You know, there's somebody that said, "Hey, Chuck and Danica, y'all start a marriage engaged, trying to be ministry."
Hi, Jessica.
So yeah, so we need to continue to share and put it out there that it's going to take all these things. It's going to take the testing. It's going to take the endurance. It's going to take all of that to last.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that's the thing. We want to last. Like you said, Danica, this is it.
It's it.
We ain't doing this no. This is it.
This is it.
This is it. So that's beautiful. But thank you all. If you have one thing you want to share with a couple, just one quick thing.
Boundaries.
Boundaries and balance. Love it. Perfect. Yeah. What a beautiful way to end it. Well, thank you all for being with us tonight. Don't forget to like and share this video with someone you think may benefit from hearing this conversation. We love you. Don't forget, we're here every other week. Pyro Media Network. It's an amazing place to do a show. Make sure you subscribe so that you'll get that bell just to ring it. Also, don't forget, I have a podcast, Coffee with Kim. And you can find that on platforms where you listen to your podcast. So again, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for all that you've added to this conversation. We love you. Look, people, you take care and y'all stay safe.
Yes.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.